brand of basketball.
1 second left on the play clock as Bryce on third down and long gets dropped. Mikail Kamara comes up with the hit.
Receiver so far, so I'd like to see him get the ball.
And Simpson Helter will go down with another.
Hello, everybody, and today I'm going to be interviewing James Madison transfer and Mikail Kamara, who just committed to Indiana. And let's get right into it. Indiana University, how are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. So this season, you had 52 total tackles, 17.5 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles. What do you think you're going to bring to Indiana, their culture, try to help them on the defensive side?
I think from a schematic wise, I think they're going to get a guy that's real physical up front that can play the run and can play the pass, as you see with my stats. Someone that's just a disruptor, whether it's me playing D tackle or it's me playing on the edge. When it comes to the culture, I think I'll be able to instill some hard-working morals in my teammates, and I think I'll be able to basically just lead this team and make us a cohesive unit.
All right, so this season you were all Sun Belt second team. How did it feel going to the Sun Belt from can't remember which conference you're in, but going to the Sun Belt and not being able, they tried to deny you Sun Belt eligibility for the championship. Well, they did deny you guys eligibility. How did that feel? How did it go around the campus?
Originally, I think for the players, it was just more about just winning games and just taking every single game one day at a time. I know for the fans, it was more hoopla for them because they wanted to watch us compete and to say that we are champions. As a unit, though, it just came down to just winning games and just continuing this winning culture at JMU.
So in 2021, you had a season-ending injury. How did you go about recovering for that, recuperating, and getting back onto the field to come up to be all Sun Belt second team this year?
Honestly, I think that injury is actually what made me a better player. I think when I went through that injury, it was kind of I kind of realized that I really wanted to play ball, because at that moment I could have either just said, I could have just crawled underneath a rock and just quit and just decided to be average, or I could have used that as fuel and motivation to continue to get better. So I think it was a blessing in disguise for sure. And I think just through that whole process of me rehabbing and doing all those things, I learned patience, and I kind of learned how much work you have to put in, especially in the details, in order to be as successful as I say I want to be.
All right, so going on to Indiana, what was like the final factor in your decision? Would it be the coaching, the team? When you met them, like what would you say pushed you more to go to Indiana?
So basically, it came down to the wire. It was between Pitt and Indiana. I really loved the culture, and I loved the players at Pitt. One of the reasons why it was really hard is because there was a coach. His name's Coach Partridge. He's the defensive line coach at Pitt. Me and him were talking about football in his meeting room, and he was so passionate about it. Like he was telling me details. He was telling me like the smallest things I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I really did want to get coached by him, but my ultimate goal was to make it to the NFL. So I think conference-wise and schedule-wise, it's better for me, especially as a defensive lineman, to play in the Big Ten rather than in the ACC. Me playing against guys like schools like Michigan State, Ohio State, Nebraska, Wisconsin. Like for me as a D line,
USC now, Oregon,
yep,
coming over.
Playing those teams, and I'm on the biggest stage. I go out there and make the same production that I had this past season. I'm guaranteed to make it to the NFL.
So, and then to go into my next question, you kind of just answered it. What would you like to accomplish at Indiana besides going to NFL, stat-wise, just something-wise, anything?
Basically, I want to have the same production or better than I did this past season. I want them to know that I wasn't just this dominant because I was going against lesser opponents. I want everyone to know that I'm just a dominant individual. And I also want to change this culture around and win games. I think, especially after me committing and talking to some of the Indiana fans, they're a real passionate group. I do want
I
to
found that
change.
out easily.
Uh, exactly. I want to change the culture and change, everything around for them, so they could be just as much of a football school as they are a basketball school.
So going into the season, do you think you want to work more of the edge, the inside? Do you or what do you work on most, would you say?
Oh, so I work on most edge stuff. So a lot of pass rush and a lot of run stopping from the edge.
See, like in the quarterback.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
mean, hitting the quarterback is what gets you paid. Look at Michael Parsons. That's what gets you paid.
that's what.
Um, but I do, because with our scheme, I do play a little bit of D tackle. So I do want to make sure I'm stout enough to play in there, whether that's weight wise, strength wise, or skill wise, whatever the case may be. I do want to make sure I can play in there because, especially with the NFL scouts, they see me playing on the edge, they see me playing on the interior. They're like, they see the versatility, they see me pass rushing, they see I can do all these things, so it'll be a no brainer for them.
Going into the campus, did you feel like an instant connection with the team, like you guys will bond easily throughout the start of the off season?
Honestly, this was a unique experience since a lot of those guys did hit the portal. So I met a couple guys. I hung out with a couple of the guys when I was on my official. The guys that are staying, from the vibe that I'm getting, they're really here to win games at Indiana. They just love playing Indiana football and they love ball. So they're not really chasing money. They're not chasing stats. They're not chasing nothing. They just love playing ball, and they really just want to work hard and get it out the mud from where they are. So I have a lot of respect for those guys. And even if there's guys that leave and come back, I'll still have my respect for them. At the end of the day, when I go down there, it's their team, and I want them to embrace me and hopefully let me lead them. But that first day, first week, first month that I'm down there, it's their team, and I'm following their rules, their traditions.
Is there a school that you're more excited to play? Because I saw Oregon got Dante Moore and Dylan Gabriel both to commit there. Is there a school that you're looking forward to playing?
For me personally, it's Maryland.
Maryland.
For me being like 45 minutes to an hour from their campus,
Mm-hmm.
and they never threw me an offer. I kind of took that personal.
You want to
So
get your lick back. You
yeah,
you want to show them that.
exactly. Yeah, I
Show
want to
them
stand
in
on
your south.
business.
Show them in your south.
Exactly.
Well,
So I definitely got that one circled on my calendar. I can't wait to play them. And then just to see what all the hoopla is about is playing Ohio State and Michigan. Those
mm-hmm.
are two powerhouse teams that have always been great, and I want to be able to go out there and perform.
And see if they really like that.
Exactly.
In every interview, I like to throw out a random question towards the end. So, what would you say your favorite video game is if you play them at all?
That's easy. NBA 2K.
2K?
Easy. I play 2K is probably one of the only games I can play like by myself and just grind it. I play rec, I play the park, I play my team. I'll just like I'm gonna after this interview I'm gonna go to the game actually. But I love playing 2K, bro.
A couple months ago, I did a 2K interview, so I might have you on there. We can play a little bit of 2K on a video.
Oh yeah, I'll get on there for
All
sure.
right. All right. Well, thank you for your time. I'm sure I'll talk to you soon, and then we'll keep updated throughout the season.
Yes, sir.
All
Appreciate
right.
you, boss.
Thank you.